just come off stage at the Liverpool International Music Festival. It's the one and only Lamar. How was that for you?
That was good fun. You know, the weather isn't amazing, but so you never know what the turnout's going to be. But it was, you know, there's a lot of people. They were all up for it. They were singing. They were dancing. Good stuff.
And do you like performing to a Scouse crowd? Have you done it before?
Yeah, I have once or twice.
Yeah.
And they always say if you're in London, the further up north you get, the better it is.
And do you agree with that?
Most definitely. Very lively.
So your career has spanned like over 10 years now.
Yeah.
Was it 10 years? Since
Yes, yeah, kind of 11 now. Yeah, so yeah.
Crazy, and you've had so much success.
Yep.
Do you still like performing those old classic hits that you've got?
Yeah, I love performing.
What's
you
your
know, there's nothing
favourite? If you had to pick one.
Well, I've been very fortunate to have a few that people know. So I think just any songs that people know and can get into, dance with you, 50-50, if there's any justice, it's not that easy. You know, they sing it back to you. It feels really intimate. So.
Is that the best feeling in the world ever when people sing it back to you?
Yeah, most definitely. You know, you put out the microphone and you hear them chanting back. It's great.
Your career's just gone from strength to strength. Is there anything left for you to do, John?
Yeah, there is lots of things to do. I mean, I don't think you get to a platform because it depends on how you gauge things. You know, I mean, I've had more success and less success, and then come back and all that. So it's not really about the platforms you're on. It's more about what it is, the actual, what it contains, you know, the art that you're doing. So, you know, it's writing songs and it's performing. I've been doing a little bit of, work with a young lad called John and the Escorts, John and McCulloch and the Escorts. And
he's a really good up-and-coming talent, isn't he?
Well, I've kind of been producing his album and that, and collaborating with him in some sort of writing sense and that's something I'd like to kind of get into. That's a whole field that I'm only dipping my toe in the water with, like. But it's like anything, you just keep on moving. You know, you just keep on trying to learn about yourself and where you're at, like.
Have you got anything, it must be so difficult this question, but that you look back on and think, they were the days? Was it the cast days? Was it going solo?
I think both of them, all of them. I mean, you know, the Lars days, the cast days, all those days had, you know, were like, you felt you were in the prime or the peak of things. But anything you're doing is, you know, I mean, it's not about looking back, although you're aware of, you know, I mean, those days are over, but they very much make up the stepping stones to where you're at. In fact, they're never really over.
No,
because
you've got your big gig in December.
Well, no, they're always with us.
Yeah.
I mean, what I'm trying to say is all them things add to your character and add to who you are in the present. So I'm never really, the last days have never left me.
Yeah.
Cast has never left me, what I can remember of them. But, you know, it's like...
I can imagine they were messy times.
Well, there was, but it's not over because it's all just one big journey, like, and I don't want to get too profound with you, like, you know.
But you're enjoying the journey and the journey's continuing.
Well, I'm enjoying some of it.
And you're going to enjoy performing today in Deston Park.
Pissing down. Yeah.
Raving in the rain.
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, when we get on, me and Jay, when we get on stage, we'll do our thing and we won't be too concerned about the weather.
Okay, these lads have literally just come off stage and with Tim and with Al from the T Street Band, you smashed it once again, lads.
Yeah, it's very good. I really enjoyed it. Like we were saying before, it's more like, you know, after Reading and Leeds, it's more like the families who don't usually go to gigs, or like, you know, communities coming at one, you know, coming down together. It's brilliant.
What a weekend you've had though. You've done Reading, you've done Leeds. I seen a photo and it was chocker in the tent you were playing, and now you come home to Liverpool. That must have been a great little ending to this bank holiday weekend.
Too right. Yeah, it is. It's like when we were at Reading and Leeds, because we were on at 12, you know, at first we were like, what's it going to be like? But at the end of the gigs, each one of the tents were absolutely rammed. But like as Tim just said, it's good to play like in Liverpool because I can see me family, you know, when you're playing, and you can see your friends, and I can see, like, we had to
see your nan and your auntie and everyone, yeah.
I've got an Alsatian, and my dog's got a high-vis vest on. So at the start of the gig, I said, see if you can see me dog, and halfway through,
you find him, yeah.
But it's not hard to see. Big Ali. I thought he was going to, like, leg it at the stage and, like, knock all the kids over and that.
Imagine that. So we're backstage with this guy. Goldie is with us, about to perform in front of thousands of Scousers, Goldie. Are you ready for this?
Born ready. No, I think it's good that the council started getting their finger out, I think, and getting involved, because, you know, the private sector, as far as anything that's to do with the art and culture, has suffered over the years. You know what I mean? I think, and I think times are changing. You know what I mean? Since the internet came, you know, people need to kind of get with it a bit. Really, I mean, it's, you know, my 16-year-old's doing all this stuff and looking at what's going on and charting stuff and buying stuff and downloading stuff, and I think we just kind of need to cut through the red tape a little bit, really, with that kind of stuff.
And Liverpool is a perfect place for this. You know, a massive musical heritage. Do you like coming here? Do you like coming to Liverpool?
Well, I used to come here years and years ago, going back probably 17 years. I used to play here every week. And of course it goes through its changes as well, but I mean culturally, I mean you've had such an influx here, and a massive heritage, and I think it takes a long time for the older generation to kind of let go, to realise, you know, from a point of view of you know, families' explosion and growth of the city in general for most people in the country, that they have their own stuff that we don't, you know, the older generation don't quite understand. I mean, I've been with it now for 30 years involved in culture, and you see a lot of stuff changing to the point where my daughter's borrowing my clothes. I couldn't borrow my dad's shirt.
You got hairs on though.
I couldn't borrow my dad. Yeah, no, I haven't. But I couldn't borrow my dad's shirt. Do you know what I mean? It looks out of order.
Yeah. Okay, we are backstage. It's Liverpool stage, headlining this stage today. Fantastic for you guys. By the sea with me. How are we doing, boys?
Good. Getting there. Yeah.
So how do you prepare for a gig like this? Obviously you're headlining. There's going to be a big crowd out there. Do you get nervous? How do you prepare for this?
Pretty all right today, aren't we? Yeah. I'm more nervous in front of a home crowd than anywhere else.
It's like your aunties out there and all that. Yeah.
You got to impress.
Of course you have. Of course you have. What a great day though, and what a great thing to be involved in. LIMF has gone bigger and bigger this year. It's massive now. How did it come about that you were playing?
I think we've played it before, haven't we?
Played it last year.
Yeah. So just got the offer in, and Sefton Park, brilliant summer.
Perfect, mate, isn't it?
No brainer.
You guys have had a huge summer. You played some of the big gigs, Astral Coast, Festival. It's been huge for you. You kind of now, you're getting up there, you know what I mean? I mentioned to a friend yesterday you were on, and he was like, by the sea, oh my God, I'll have to go and see them. It must feel good though, it must feel fantastic that you're at that stage now.
Yeah, it does, it's good to be playing, always. Yeah.
Recognition, it's just good to have a bit of recognition, just to seal of approval, what you're doing right, I suppose, And, you know, free beers, so.
Well, free booze, it always works, doesn't it, you know? Okay, so these lads have just come off stage. I've just got to firstly, you know, say how proud I am of these clean shoes. You've been carried on and off because the weather is dire outside.
I consider myself like a crown that gets carried on a velvet cushion.
I have to crawl like this and he sits on my back.
Is it you that carries them?
Yeah. I literally carry it, that's true.
A metaphor and a literal truth.
The Hoosiers are with us. You pull the crowd and the weather is pretty bad outside, but it was chocker then for you guys.
There was a lot of love inside. That's what we've always found. Kind of playing Liverpool, it does kind of help. You know, if you don't cut the mustard, they'll let you know.
Yeah.
So it's always very honest.
Well, Scousers we are very honest.
Terrifying.
We really are, yeah. And some of them people out there are quite terrifying.
Yeah.
But it was a good gig, really good.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun. You know, it was very nice to be back and be out there, isn't it?
Do you like Liverpool? Do you like coming here?
Yeah, love Liverpool. Yeah. Always a good night out in Liverpool. We've always said that. Ask Martin. Martin loves Liverpool.
Oh, yeah.
Martin the party animal, is he? Right.
Yeah.
He's tucking into a kebab or something as we speak.
He's a bit like Superman in Liverpool.
Right, okay.
For some reason, he's like useless everywhere else, but the girls seem to like him. Yeah. Something about the Swedish Viking ancestry.
Scousers must like the Swedes. Yeah.
And you also have the finest Holiday Inn. I'd just like to give a special shout out. It's just right on the docks. It's cheap. And it's a really good night.
And I presume you had a nice free stay there last night. Is that
Hopefully next time.
Yeah.
Love the smile. Let's talk about you guys. You've had a massive career. Some big tunes.
Yeah.
How's it going for you nowadays? You're obviously still doing big gigs like this, which is fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, well, we took about a year and a half off, and so we're just kind of climbing back on the horse.
Yeah.
And you know, it turns out we're facing the wrong way, so we're still sorting a few bits out. But we'll get there.
Yeah, we just finished the third album, which
that's
we
important.
self-produced and
released.
and self-released because we left the record label. So it's a new adventure for us.
It's a big step to do something like that. You've got to have, you know.
You've got to have a real lack of options. Yeah. No, that's not true. It's kind of true.
You've got to be brave. That's what I'm trying to say.
Let's go with that. That's nice.